Hey guys, welcome back and welcome back to Talk Football Live. This is another edition. How you guys doing? Charles, Ayo, and Lobzy is back. So we brought back the Liverpool guy. He's here today. How you guys doing?
Great.
Great,
Good,
great.
good,
Yeah.
good,
Awesome,
good.
awesome. It's good to have you guys back. I wish we could have had one person from City, but actually we don't need a City. This is a group whereby we need to discuss how to bring down Pep Guardiola because honestly, it's giving me headache. Um, it's been a great week for some people. It's been a very terrible week for some people. You know yourself if you receive some terrible beating this week. You know yourself. But yeah, we are again. I remember last week, right, when we all gathered, we are talking about the chances of these top three teams. And today, I just want to dig it into what happened. Is Liverpool still in this race, Lopsy?
So, for my own experience and what I've been able to gather in the past couple of weeks, I can tell you that it is easier when you're at the top when they chase you than when you're chasing someone. The experience with the Premier League is that once you have a leg up, and you lose it, it takes a longer time to come back from it. So if you have a run up um, into winning the trophy and you lose it, like Liverpool lost it since the first Atlanta game, I would tell you that the chances are now at 20%, meaning for Liverpool to win, you expect two teams to lose
Mm,
for them to win. And actually, one amongst the two other teams to lose and draw for Liverpool
mm,
to win. So the expectation that Liverpool trying to win the league, I would say, is slim to none at this point because there are only 4 games to the end. There are more difficult games for Liverpool going forward because we even play much of it away and a few at home, and even at home they're not easier teams, because in the past couple of weeks we've actually lost some games at home. So it really doesn't matter if it's home advantage or not. We lost
Yeah, yeah.
Atlanta game at home, and that really changed
And you
your
lost Crystal Palace at all, you
yeah.
know. Um,
So
and I mean that was Anfield that you people call your fortress, and somehow they broke through. I understand what you say. One thing I want to call attention to, and I'm going to come to you guys soon. This
yeah.
season, this season is so funny. I mean, in my entire life, I've been watching APL since I was a kid, right, back in the 90s, even before he was named EPL, and I've never seen the top of the table change as many times as we are seeing this season. I believe if my count is right, it has changed 19 times, if it's not
Mm,
20, right? So, Lopsy, I hear you. We're with you. I'm Arsenal, you Liverpool. We're both feeling it. It has changed 19 times, and that's crazy. We don't know how many more times it's going to change, right? I pray it doesn't change again. That would be
mm.
my wish. I don't know if it's possible, right? But I want to ask you a question before I move to Hayo. Then I'll come to you, Charles. You said the chance is 20%, right? What changed? Who do you blame for this situation with Liverpool?
so a lot of people who has ascribed the blame to um Nunes, Salah, and
of all people.
Diego, and a couple of players who were not performing. I will tell you, if Liverpool was in this position like a couple of weeks ago, and we had Firmino and Mane still in the team, it was a sure bet that we'll win the league. It's a sure bet we'll win
I,
the league because why? These players, if one person is not performing, they can pick up the slack.
mm,
But we have a situation where Musala is not performing, right? His confidence is pretty very low right now. And you could
mm,
tell even from the way he was during trial and error when he was playing Everton. and you could see, okay, he's not clicking very well, even though some of the goals that he would have easily scored is not scoring. Then we have one of the worst conversion striker in Premier League right now, who in the name Nunes, that gets a lot of chances, but would mess it up and give a smile to the people like, oh no, that's just a mistake. I'm not sure how we expect what much more we're expecting from him, because at this point I would guess that he spent 2 seasons at the club. He should be able to jive with the team. He knows what he's doing, right?
Okay.
And he's been able to move forward, right? That will be my own the way I will ascribe it. But one very important thing happened that I don't think people really focused on at all, which is since the day Klopp announced he was leaving Liverpool, the team, mind you, the team has barely won most of their games since then. When I say barely won most of their games since then, even the cup that we won, it was still penalties. Or the cup that we won, it was by luck. At least we won it, right? We knew we won it. But the general motivation of the team has naturally been poor since that time. And it was, and we've not actually seen the worst of it. We most likely can lose more games towards the end of the season than win more games right now.
Okay. So thank you for wrapping this up. I'm going to actually skip here and go to Charles because of one thing that I heard that I want Charles to please respond to, right? But before I do that, Lobzy, just to be clear, so Klopp has the biggest blame for the current situation.
Klopp has 50% of the blame. The players have 50% of the game.
So the players how
about Nunes? How many does Nunes have?
Nunes has the larger part of that remaining 50%. That's
your point. It's a combination of the rest. Yeah.
Okay. So Charles, I'm coming to you. He said something that I want you to please respond to, because there's an award that I think the entire football fans and viewers have given to Jackson, and Lobzy just tried to take that award and give it to Nunes. And I want you to please defend.
I think that's really disrespectful for you to be trying to take the award of the worst conversion rate from Jackson to Nunes. Nunes is nowhere. Nowhere. No, they're not even on the same level. So let's clarify that part. Nunes is nowhere. That's why I laughed when you put the blame on Nunes, and you are talking about his conversion rates. Have you watched Nicholas Jackson?
I've seen a couple of games that Jackson played, right? Yeah, I've seen it.
You probably didn't see the important ones.
Even the Chelsea Man City game of recent, that you expect him to score, right? But remember, Jackson still plays the ball by himself. Nunes gets a lot more opportunities to score.
But how many goals does Nunes have this season?
No, it's not no. That's what I'm still saying. It's
I have seen Nunes score important goals. I remind you of one. Nottingham Forest that I'm still paying till today, right? He scored that goal.
Yeah, because Forest should have won that game actually.
Yeah, Forest should have won that game.
And that's
which you understand. I'm even thinking if we had lost that game, they would have woken up.
Okay,
right?
You're working hypotheticals. Let me ask you a question.
Charles, I want you to wrap up, and I want to go to Ayo. Charles,
okay,
please.
Just 2 questions for Ola. And I actually have something else to address. But how many goals does Nunes have right now? Quick question. Do you know? Just give me an idea if you know.
Yeah, he's one of the top 10. I know it's not as bad as Jackson. But remember,
and how many do you think he could have? So let's say he has 13 goals. You think he could have 20, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Jackson has 9 goals or 10. I think he could have 30. That's how bad he is. Now that's one part. You mentioned Liverpool won the cup on penalties.
Nunes has 11 EPL goals and 11, 5 UEFA goals.
Okay. So he has one at Jackson. You mentioned Liverpool won on penalties for the Carabao. It wasn't penalties.
Thank you.
I
a very young team.
But okay. I remember they used the young. Remember, okay. Oh, that is even. Let me even tell you. This is
You guys had
actually
injuries.
making.
You guys had
Wait,
injuries.
hold on. Actually, this actually made my point to tell you that if Nunes was in that game, we would not have won it. Because
You
we
don't know that.
won the,
You
no,
don't know
we
that.
would not have won it.
Again,
You don't know
We
that.
won the cup.
we don't know that.
And just one more thing, though.
That for sure, I know.
I also want to debunk.
His presence in the game would have been worse.
I disagree.
than
You
his
just
absence.
don't like him.
All right, guys. I know we can have this
I'm
right
just
now.
like,
I'm going to have to switch to Ayo. I'm going to have to switch to Ayo. And this is the question that will switch me to Ayo. Ayo.
Yeah.
Next season, starting preseason, would you take Darwin Nunes if he was available to Arsenal?
To come and do what exactly?
As a player, is it better than Nketiah? Would you replace him? Would you?
Well, I mean, so here's the thing, right?
It's what we have today and trying to be better. Would you take Darwin Nunes? Does it stand a chance? Because remember, Kai Havertz, and I'm not going to speak for you. I want you to speak.
That's the interest. You know, the funny thing is, just like Kai Havertz, when Kai Havertz was making that decision to leave Germany and he was coming to England, I actually thought we would buy Havertz. I wanted Havertz as Arsenal because for me, he was an ideal Ozil replacement. He, at that time, at least from what I knew of Havertz, he's transformed a bit now from what he was in Germany. But Havertz to me was like an Ozil replacement, but an Ozil that worked hard. And I think you can see him in this Arsenal team now. He runs, he puts in a lot of effort. So I say that because, funny enough, when Nunes was leaving Porto, I wanted Nunes to come to Arsenal, right? And even while Havertz was at Chelsea, I wanted Havertz at Arsenal. The difference now is, having seen Nunes at Liverpool, I don't know if I still want that Nunes in Arsenal. But the fact remains...
And we benefit from his work rate.
For me, I think Nunes is better than Nketiah. So if Nunes is our upgrade to Nketiah, I would take Nunes in a heartbeat.
Nunes
is better than Jesus. I think Jesus is struggling at the moment a bit because of his ongoing injuries. I don't think he has fully recovered. And there's been conversation about him maybe needing to have surgery again in the summer over this knee. The issues are apparently not fully resolved. Jesus on his day, doesn't necessarily score that much, but he wreaks havoc and creates chances and opportunities. He creates gaps for everybody else. So invariably, when Jesus is at his best, he gives us a lot.
Yeah.
Can Nunes bring that same thing? He's not the striker I would sign for Arsenal, because what we're looking for now is a team that can better City, that can challenge Madrid and City for the Champions League. And I don't think Nunes is that player. So if it's just to upgrade on Nketiah, sure. But if you're telling me let's go find a striker this summer to take us to the next level, it's not Nunes.
Before I let you go, Ayo, Lobzy just described the chances of Liverpool considering this midweek result, how things have shaped, right? And Arsenal was lucky to get a good result against Chelsea. Liverpool wasn't. I guess the teams that played on the day that it was just a single game, that was a good strategy. Because games that happened yesterday with so many teams, it didn't go well for Liverpool. But anyway, jokes aside, the question is this: how would you describe the chances that Arsenal has at this moment, considering the results that we have from Brighton City? Where's your hope? And how big is your hope? Ayo.
So I think you made a comment earlier, right, about the number of times that the league has changed. And I think Lobzy even said, it's easier to be at the top. I laughed internally about that comment because the last 2 seasons, City has come from behind to hunt everybody down. I think the last time they were top before, this past week was November. So from November till April, they left everybody to continue doing what we were doing. Like, you people just be doing, we are coming. And now they're at the point where they have a game in hand and they're just 1 point off the top. So
30 games unbeaten. That's the record.
What's that?
30 games unbeaten. That's City record right now.
Ridiculous.
3-0.
Yeah.
For me, I'm still going to count that Madrid loss, but maybe I'm just being petty. Anyway, our chances, I think we're coming up against. Maybe we'll have to just reload for next season because
Hmm.
Arsenal.
Hmm.
For me, actually, I think Arsenal have been the best team in the league this season. It's unfortunate because I mean the numbers prove it. If you look at what the team is creating, the amount of goals conceded, the amount of goals scored, the clean sheets. I think we've just had key moments, key games where we failed to make sure that we don't drop points. The Newcastle game comes to mind. The West Ham game in December comes to mind. Villa was a big, big missed opportunity. And, the city that has won the championship back to back to back wouldn't give up points in games like that. City loses at unexpected times, right? When they're expected to win, City don't lose. Like today, City was expected to win today, right? We're like, if City is going to keep it up, they have to win today. And City, they emphatically came and won, right? Arsenal had to do that against Villa. We didn't do that. So the chances of City losing a game, and here's the thing, funny enough, I have in the back of my mind that teams will still drop points. I feel City will still drop points. But then the question is, can Arsenal win all their games? Because we still have tough games starting this weekend against Tottenham. There's another tough game again to Manchester United away. There's still a lot of challenge against, as everybody has said, City has the easier running. They're playing against relatively weaker teams compared to the teams that I just mentioned. Those are two teams in the top six that we still have to face that City don't have to. Yeah.
Lobzy, I think you have something to say. Then I'll come to you, Charles, to wrap up this segment. Lobzy, go ahead.
So
Yeah, Lobzy, what are our chances?
so technically, I would tell you that it's not the first rodeo that City has been on. It is easier when City has more games to play. Then they are going to drop point. Right now, as it is, their chances of losing is slimmer than their chances of winning. So them losing a game, knowing fully well that every other team is performing well, is very slim. If I
Let-
remind you, the last time when the league was going to the end of the day, that we needed Aston Villa to beat Man City so that Liverpool can win. What
Mhm.
happened? Remember, Liverpool performed very well throughout that time. They
Yeah.
performed very well. We did. How many goals is Arsenal scoring? Liverpool scored many goals then. What was our goal difference? Very high. It was 93, 92 at the end of the day, right? Many goals. Look at that. All our top players, very great. They played very well. But it was slimmer for Man City to lose than to win. They just will find a way to score one, two. That's
Correct.
all they need to do. So they have that mindset of when because they've gone through these things so many times and they understand the pressure
They've been-
of the Premier
yeah,
League.
they've been molded into
They
that.
will allow
It's
they will allow other teams to play under pressure of winning. They just say, "Oh, they're already playing under the pressure of winning. Just score one. That's all you need. You is 3 points, 3 points, score one." That's the strategy I expected our coach to have applied. Meaning, City is the one that is supposed to be under pressure of winning. Why are you under the pressure of trying to win? No, City has to lose for you
or
to.
isn't that Lopsy, and I know this will take time because I know you will speak a lot to defend this point. You
Okay.
started off by repeating something that we've all heard from you many times. I just kind of rolled my eyes when you said it. When we were talking about you were let down by the likes of Nunes and
Yes.
Salah and all that. Remember on this show, you once
Mhm.
said Klopp is the best manager in the
Mm.
world, best recruiter, and it doesn't
Mhm.
matter what the player is. It's a system that he created, and whoever he brings, he fits them in and they gel. Remember that conversation?
Mm.
Yeah, I
So
will tell you.
you
Yeah, that
then go
conversation
back
is true.
and
I'll
start
tell you
telling us
that
that
conversation. That
whatever, whatever,
conversation.
whatever. I just think, Lopsy,
That
you're a bit
conversation is still valid. I'll tell you,
your
it's still
faith
valid.
are
But
going to
remember,
rev,
remember,
and
remember
you
the
said
same
and
point.
talked about Klopp. Now you blame a Klopp.
Yeah. I will tell you. So remember, I said the conversation is still valid. Remember, there are teams that, based on how good their coach is, they perform very well. Liverpool is built now behind Klopp. The performance of Liverpool in the last couple of years has been Klopp's magic. At the beginning of the season, they said Liverpool was not going to be anywhere, right? Because of the players that were recruited. He motivated the team to win. But his announcement of leaving has taken away so many of the motivation that would have motivated these players to continue. If this announcement came at the end of the season, nobody, because you see, nobody will be thinking, oh, what if the next coach doesn't like me?
What if Klopp was afraid of the information being leaked out? What if Klopp was afraid of the information getting out before?
No. Yeah, he could wait to the. Remember, he renewed his.
But you agree that it's possible for the information to be leaked out if he had not officially.
No. He renewed his contract a year or two ago, saying he was going to stay to another 3 years. Right, 1 year into it, he stopped. He could have. He's the one that made the announcement, right? He could have waited. But I just waited to the end of the season, get it all done, and be done. Sir Alex Ferguson did wait to the end of the season one time before he announced that he was leaving. But from the time he announced he was leaving club, the team has been down. It's the same effect on Alex Ferguson leaving Man U. It's the same effect that is affecting Liverpool right now because you spent some years building a team that when you motivate the team,
I'm going to leave
even when they are not there, even when they are not good, they win. The same way he motivated young players to play best recruiter to win the game. That's the same way that motivation is gone because now
doesn't know how to manage
uncertainty. It's like the uncertainty of the next coach coming in is what is demoralizing some players today because right now they are looking at themselves. I'm not good enough.
Right there, Lobzy.
Even though
let's leave it right there.
You see that,
Charles, you heard all the arguments. And I want you to wrap up this segment by telling us who you think it's going to win and what you think about Lobzy's argument around Klopp's, early premature announcements.
Okay, thank you. I'll try not to miss any points. I'm trying to reply to Ayo, reply to Lobzy. You guys have said a lot of things. Lobzy, I actually think if Pep says the same time Klopp said the same thing, if Pep says he's leaving at the end of the season, I don't think it will have negatively affected City. I think it will have positively prepared City to do more than they usually do. So the announcements from Klopp, I personally don't think it affected the club in any way. Because let me finish. I get your point. I personally think whatever is happening with the club right now is maybe just fatigue. You can blame the announcement, but it could be a whole lot of other things. There's no guarantee that if he didn't announce, this will not still happen. There's no guarantee. So I personally don't think the announcement is really what's affecting the team. Maybe they're just tired and they're just not scoring as much as they should or just not winning games. Now, I also said something about Arsenal being the best team in the league this season. I said so about 2 weeks ago that I've been watching Arsenal at least for years. As Arteta's Arsenal, with the way Arteta has developed Arsenal from the time when he came in, pushing out the likes of Ozil, the likes of Aubameyang, basically controlling, showing he's the leader of the team, and then evolving the team to where they are right now. We're building the best centre-back duo in the league and basically scoring the highest number of goals this season so far. I agree that Arsenal is the best team in the league right now. But unfortunately, City still has the best coach in the league. And this just shows you the effect of a coach versus the effect of a team. It's like a smart person with a small body, weak body, can sometimes outsmart a dumb person with a strong body. That's what's happening in the league. I said it at the beginning of the season. I'm not saying City is going to win.
I don't think that years of experience playing together is also an advantage for them. They have much more
years of experience.
They have much more matured and experienced team.
City's,
and that's an advantage.
For a long time.
No, City's years of experience is not really what's helping them because City, they've recycled their players a lot. Since between when Pep joined and now, the players who were there when Pep joined, the likes of KDB, the likes of Kyle Walker. There are not that many. He's brought
But
in a lot.
it's been a gradual rebuild,
The
right?
system has
Yes.
been
I mean, who
tested.
was
I
it
mean,
before
the
Fernandinho?
mentality
There
they
was
have.
someone in that role before
But
Fernandinho.
the
Fernandinho
point is,
left, he slotted Rodri in. Remember how little Rodri
Yeah.
played when he first came?
yes.
And he
So
just gave him little chances. And now nobody can
you're
displace
backing up
him.
my point.
It's
My
like
point
gradual
is,
replacement until you understand what you need to do in Pep's system.
you're
He's
backing up my
not
point.
he's
The
turning
point
players over, but it's systemic.
it still goes back to the coach. It's the coach who buys, who plugs in, who does everything you just said right now. So it still goes back. I'm not saying Arsenal is weak, but I'm just saying, and I'm not saying Arteta is not strong either. But I'm just saying what I'm trying to say is Arteta is not Pep's level.
Agreed.
You understand? And it may take him time to get there. And Arsenal, on paper right now, I actually think the Arsenal team, barring the likes of KDB, Rodri, Alan is never on his best form right now. I actually think Arsenal has a stronger team, you understand, than City. City just have a stronger coach. Now, I'm going to who's going to win the league. I actually think we still don't know. But if every coach goes into their dressing room and talks to the team and reminds the team that you only have one job, win your game. Forget what's happening else. Forget the noise. Win your game. If every coach does that, meaning the three coaches, Klopp, Arteta, Guardiola, then it remains unpredictable. But if you focus on what City is doing, because City is definitely, like Lobzy said, City is not focusing on what you are doing. They're focusing on what they are doing. That's what Arteta and Klopp should be doing. But it doesn't seem like they are doing that. They are more focused on what others are doing. And I think it's affecting what their results are on the field. So on paper, yes, City seems like they're going to win it. They may win the next 6 games. They are good at winning the next 10, 20 games. They can do it. So on paper, I'll give it to City. But I still say Liverpool still has a chance. Arsenal still has a chance. Don't write those guys off. I'm telling you, City can still drop points. City drops 1-2 points in one game.
Thank you, Charles, for
Arsenal
spilling
wins.
that political.
It can be anybody's game, basically.
Yeah. All right, guys. It's been a well, not that heated because we don't want it to be too heated. But that's what we get when we have Lobzy in the
Because
house.
Lobzy is gentle now.
Yeah, when we have Lobzy
If
in the house,
Liverpool
that's
was
what
at
we
the
get.
top of the league, this will not be calm today.
Come on, maybe they will score one.
See,
You know?
you can see the next couple of games in front of everyone, and you can tell which of the team would have it easier.
Yeah.
You can tell it's easy.
Yeah.
When City plays their tough game, the only time they play their tough game is almost towards the end of the season. They are playing Spurs, and they are playing them away. Spurs can make a draw, and the season will be predicted on that day. On that Tuesday or 14th of May is when we know who will win the league.
Yeah.
Because that final day, whether you like it or not.
Lobzy, Arsenal is playing Spurs this weekend. Why are you going past that one? That's a tough game for Arsenal.
That's what I'm still saying.
Everyone is
everyone
actually.
And Arsenal can lose that game, and Man City can lose that game too. You just need one person.
I actually think the person play, and I'll tell you why. I actually think Arsenal being the first one playing Spurs makes it difficult. You know why? Spurs has outstanding games, so it makes Spurs. If you guys go and look at Spurs fixtures, they have 6 games, so it's crowded, right? So they will probably, because they've rested. They didn't play this midweek. So I think they have enough rest to play against Arsenal. Again, that's on paper. Things change. They've had enough rest to play against Arsenal and to play well. Now, after the game against Arsenal, then their games come thick and fast, right? So which makes it difficult for them and makes it easier for the other opponent. That's my analysis. I might be wrong.
But it's still the end of the season, whether we like it or not. As much as we want to take it either way, if Man City wins that game against Spurs on the 14th, they are winning the last game on the day. It's just as simple as that. Man City waits for that, and we all know the rest is history. You just keep waiting on the last day. Same story.
Okay. So you don't think Nottingham Forest can beat Man City?
In their dreams.
Chris Wood could score a hat-trick.
Nah, the best any team can do right now is to ensure the draw. That's all. They just don't try to score, just draw.
Yeah,
and you'll be fine.
All right, guys. We've seen all the remaining fixtures. Well, let's hope for the best. That's why this season is a different one, and I think it's been interesting because we still don't know who is going to win it. And I think it's exciting when we see them drag it to the very last week of the season, which is great. Serie A had been concluded. We already know who's going to win. So but Bundesliga has also been concluded. But we're enjoying what's going on with the EPL, and we'll keep it that way. Quickly, can we take predictions for the games this weekend? I don't know if we have that fixtures up. Ayo, I'm just going to run through real quick.
All right.
All right. Okay. I'm just going to go through this fixtures. I'll start with you, Charles. West Ham, Liverpool. That's the first game coming up. So Liverpool gets to play, and they probably get to go first. No, well, I don't think they will, even if they win, unless they win with so many goal difference. But anyway, West Ham, Liverpool, Charles, prediction.
Liverpool win. Won't be easy, but they will succeed.
Liverpool win West Ham?
Yes.
Okay. We'll see. Lobzy, Fulham, Crystal Palace.
Draw.
Okay. Ayo, your favorite team in the world, best team in the world, Man United.
Draw. Did you know Burnley actually have only one loss in like their last 5 games? I think this is going to be a hard game for Man U.
Apart from that, did you guys see what's going on with Crystal Palace?
Yeah.
Yeah, we understand, but they are still going to draw. Remember, they are still going to draw this game against Fulham.
That's a bold prediction.
Yeah, they're going to draw. You'll be surprised. They play a good game, but the players that you're going to be comparing are a couple of Nigerian players performing in the team, and they both have Nigerian players on either side. So this is a thing of pride for either.
That's
team.
the way you see it? Okay, all right. So Man United, Burnley. Did you say it's a draw?
I said it's a draw.
Okay, Charles, Newcastle, Sheffield. Newcastle lost to Crystal Palace during the week. Newcastle, Sheffield.
They won't
lose. Guys, if Sheffield loses, that's confirmed. Relegation is confirmed.
Yep.
And that's what's going to happen. Sheffield will get relegated.
Yep. Okay, so Newcastle wins. Okay.
Yes.
Lobzy, Wolves, Luton.
This one is a tough one. Wolves win.
Wolves win. Luton.
Yeah, Wolves win.
That's relegation if that happens. Ayo, Everton that did that very thing to Liverpool. Oh my God. Against Brentford.
I love it.
What do you think?
Can
they continue the form?
I don't know, because that was a one-off. Everton have been struggling this season. I mean, they're winning games. They're picking up just enough points.
They need to avoid relegation.
Yes, but Brentford seem to have picked up some form as well since Wissa and came back.
Wissa and
those two guys up front are clicking. I mean, I will go for a draw again in this one. Maybe a 2-2 draw.
Okay. Yeah. Biodu, can you take the next one, please?
I'll take the next one. I'll take the next one. You take the next one?
Okay. All right.
No.
Charles, don't fear. Don't. I mean, say with
Charles, do you want it?
No, I don't want it.
Say it with your chest.
I want you to take it, Biodu. I want to hear you.
Okay, I'll take it.
Because you know your beef with Aston Villa. You know your beef with Emery. Consider that before you predict.
Okay. I know what you're trying to do to me. I know I have a beef with both, but I have to go with the one that I have the most beef with, right? Okay. I think it's going to be 2 bottles of Baileys and 0 bridges.
You know what's funny? I actually think we can win that game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I didn't say we will.
I'll tell you why I think it's going to be difficult. Aston Villa.
Will you win or will you not win? Which one is we can?
I'm not sure. They want to make Champions League. And I think it's going to be, and I think they're going to win. They want to make Champions League. And that's the motivation. Unai Emery just extended his contract to 2027. So I think that's a motivation for them. So I think it's going to be 2 Baileys, 0 bridges.
Interesting.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Bournemouth, Brighton. Charles, can you take that one?
2 dead teams. I don't know.
Brighton. Bournemouth. These guys.
Solanke is winning.
You can't even predict what's going to happen with the 2 of them. So I'm going to give you one.
Yeah, Lobzy. Bournemouth is a very good team.
Yeah, I said it. Solanke is winning.
Really stepped up. I think it's going to be a draw. And I know Brighton, they're going to be like wounded lion coming from today's loss. So it's going to be a draw.
Bournemouth win. A draw. Okay.
Yeah,
Lobzy. Lobzy, Spurs, Arsenal.
Okay. So
Normally, don't speak with
people
hatred.
don't say that I'm predicting because I don't want the leading team to win. But Sunday is going to be like what Everton and Liverpool played.
Hmm.
Liverpool wants to win the league. Everton is the person trying to stop them. Arsenal wants to lead. Spurs does not want that to happen. So this depends on how Arsenal plays.
Hmm.
There's a greater chance Arsenal will win, but there's a greater chance that it's going to end in a draw than a win.
There are two greater chances.
What's your
Yeah,
prediction?
there's a bigger possibility that Arsenal will
Forget your
win.
analysis. Forget your
But-
analysis. Give me the final prediction.
But
Let's move on.
there's a greater chance that it's going to be it will end in a draw. So it's
Is that your prediction?
a draw.
A draw.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Say no more. Whatever. We'll see.
Because
Ayo.
the greater chances were being greater and greater.
Yeah,
Nottingham Forest,
there
Man
were too
City.
many greaters in this situation.
Ayo, Nottingham Forest, Man City.
Whew. Let me do like Charles.
Again.
My wish, I think it is possible that Forest can beat City.
Anything is possible, man.
Anything is, but I think what is
If you
likely,
believe,
or what is likely,
With God, all things are
all
possible.
things are possible.
yeah, there's no chance, man. Man City win this one.
So you are saying what you want?
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? The
What?
first 10 minutes will be like 15 minutes for Nottingham Forest. Because the way they will play them.
You know what's funny? Anything can happen, no. Ayo, you are saying Man City is going to
Come on,
win.
man. Did you
And
see
I'm
Man
saying
City
Forest
against
win.
Brighton?
Yeah, say
Are we
Forest
ready?
is going to draw.
I mean, I'm just trying to say that. So
All right, man.
I can
It's
tackle you.
great. It's always fun to have you guys with me talk football. I know we can talk about this game for hours and hours and hours, but you know, we have other things to do. We got to end it. Thank you, our viewers. Thank you very much for subscribing, watching, liking the video. Please continue to do so. Stay with us. We're going to continue to bring you exciting sessions like this. Till next time, see you guys.
I always remember, watch every minute. Please.